Episode 47. End of an Affair. Rashi dreaded going home now. It was 9 p.m. Arvind had left but was constantly calling and messaging. Rashi simply ignored his calls and messages. The meeting with Arvind was as it is going to be a painful one. But the appearance of Ria on the scene made it even more painful. It had been almost 3 hours since Ria and Vicky met her in the cafe, and Rashi hadn't moved from her seat. She knew Ria must be so furious. The cafe was on the 15th floor. And in the night when the road beneath lighted up, it would look beautiful. No wonder it was Rashi's favorite place to unwind after a long and tiring day. She lighted up another cigarette and gazed at the moving traffic down below. As the cafe began to close, Rashi had to reluctantly leave. But in no mood to go home, she just drove around aimlessly. When Rashi finally entered her apartment parking, it was almost time for the doodhwalas and the paperwalas to begin their rounds. She saw Ria's car slot was empty, which meant that Ria wasn't home. Ria was with Vicky. So, could she still be with him? As Rashi opened the door to the house, she began to feel a kind of hollowness in her stomach. She didn't know how to face Ria. How would she explain to Ria what was going on with Arvind? Will Ria believe her? The moment Rashi entered the house, she instantly understood that Ria had come home because the door of the shoe cupboard was slightly ajar. The dining space was lighted up by a low bulb. Rashi began to walk to her room when suddenly she saw a large envelope on the table. Curious, Rashi picked it up. It had papers inside. Even in the low light of the bulb, Rashi recognized Ria's handwriting. Rashi began to read. Hi, Mama. I don't know कहाँ से शुरू करूँ. I guess I have to first say sorry to you. Sorry, Mama. I am very sorry for the way I behaved with you today in the evening. And in fact, for the way that I have been behaving with you for such a long time. You know, Mama, my first memory has been of you carrying me to school, with my little school bag and water bottle also dangling down from your other arm. I believe Jatin Mama had clicked our picture on that day, है ना? As I grew up, I realized that like the others, I didn't have a dad. And I would so very often come home crying that other children come with dads. Then why doesn't my dad come? I still remember, Mama, how you would wear dad's shirts and put on his caps and tell me कि आज रिया के पापा उसको छोड़ने आएंगे. You never cried or blamed your kismet for leaving you alone to handle me. I never remember you complaining or cribbing for dealing with life single-handedly. When I began to understand life and its harshness, you were always there to support me, Mama, and to tell me, don't get angry at debacles or disappointments in life. Take them in your stride. Keep on moving. It is something I always saw you doing, Mama. When I was 19 and I fell in love with Mohit, you were equally happy and never complained when I began to spend all my time with him. When I first became physically intimate with Mohit, I cannot tell you, Mama, what a beautiful feeling it was. I felt as if there couldn't be a more beautiful world than this. And then we broke up. Trust me, Mama, I missed Mohit so much. But what I really missed was the manly touch, his hugs, the kisses we would steal while working together. And after a long and tiring day, the intimacy on the bed would really de-stress us. After Mohit, I longed to have that kind of relationship with other men, and I did. But I soon realized that what I needed was a partner, a soulmate, someone with whom I could share my pulls and pressures, plan wild and adventurous trips together, jump into the pool together, go on long drives, watch films and snatch his bag of popcorns, go out shopping on weekends, have a drink at pubs, explore new cuisines in Desi style restaurants, and so much more, Mama. And then I met Vicky in the lift by chance. And you know how the two of us fell in love with each other. Meanwhile, I started seeing Arvind uncle frequenting our home very often. Both of you were colleagues and then became friends. I would see him sipping coffee in the living room on my favorite beanbag, or at times cooking chicken tikkas and malai koftas in our own kitchen. I just didn't like it, Mama. I thought he was snatching you away from me. And उससे भी ज़्यादा I thought at this age यार आप दोनों साथ में घूमते हैं वो ठीक है क्या? I got so embarrassed when Vicky and I planned your birthday party together, and Arvind uncle also dropped in on your invitation. I was so pissed off that I couldn't bring myself to remain in the living room after the cake was cut. I was all the time thinking that Vicky and Trisha and Sanju, all my friends would be laughing at me. Why? Because I have a 55-year-old mom who wants to romance a man who is 58. There's a buzz in my office and in my circle that Vicky and I might announce our engagement anytime now. We are seriously thinking in that direction too. But I always back out because I don't know what explanation to give to everyone for this Arvind uncle. Today when I saw the two of you sitting together in the cafe holding hands, my temper flared because I was so ashamed of seeing my mother put up a public spectacle like this. To top it all, Vicky was with me. I stormed out of the cafe because if I had stayed a little longer, I would have begun to shout at you in front of everyone. As we came down in the lift, Vicky held my hand and smiled at me to calm down. He didn't let me drive my car, but insisted that I come with him. I burst into tears the moment I sat next to him. Vicky patted me and kept on saying lovingly that he is there for me. You know what, Mama? That one sentence which Vicky repeated thrice suddenly cleared up all the kachra inside my mind. जैसे वो रेनी सीजन में लाइटनिंग का फ्लैश होता है ना, वैसे I suddenly realized, what was I doing to you? Why was I behaving the way I did? Who am I to sit on judgment over your relationships? When Mohit left me, what did I miss the most? His touch, his togetherness, his camaraderie. And Mama, you have been without all of these for almost 25 years now. You also need a soulmate, Mama. A partner to whom you can talk about your pulls and pressures, who can take you out on wild, adventurous trips, and who can definitely take you out on long drives. Haven't you been missing someone like this in your life? Is your life only meant to take care of me? No, Mama, bilkul bhi nahi. I call myself liberated and open-minded and educated. And I didn't understand my own mother's needs. Arvind uncle is a very sweet person, Mama. ये आपको लेटर लिखकर Vicky and I have driven down to his place to say sorry to him. इसीलिए वो आपको बार बार फोन एंड मैसेज कर रहे हैं. रिप्लाई कर दो ना मॉम उनको प्लीज. एंड सुनो, कार लेके सीधा यहाँ अरविंद अंकल के घर आ जाओ. ही इज गोइंग टू ब्रू अस ऑल सम कॉफी. ठीक है? लव यू.